We all know the young up-and-comers who made it into the Indigo Plateau Pokemon League during the events of the games. But long before their time, there was a trainer who made it into the league who was still there during the events of Pokemon Red and Blue. She was the oldest all-time member of the Indigo Plateau and possibly the most experienced trainer out of the entire Kanto and Johto regions. Her name is Agatha, and she's the former Ghost-type Elite Four member of the Indigo Plateau and the third Elite Four member that we ever face in the main series games. If there's one word to adequately describe Agatha, it would have to be intimidating. From her age, wisdom, experience, Elite Four status, her demeanor, even the type of Pokemon that she uses. Couple all of this with her tendency to have a nasty temper as described by the Fame Checker item from Gen 3, and her tendency to hold a grudge, and everything about her is terrifying. I have no doubt whatsoever that she has put an end to the runs of many challenging trainers at the Indigo Plateau, and was perhaps even the final Elite Four member before Lance arrived, and when the champion position was later established upon Blue and Red's arrival. One of the most interesting aspects of Agatha's character is definitely her relationship with Professor Oak, and by that I don't mean romantic, although I mean, who knows. When we first challenge Agatha, she says, "Oak's taken a lot of interest in you, child. That old duff was once tough and handsome. That was decades ago. Now he just wants to fiddle with his Pokedex. He's wrong. Pokemon are for fighting. Red, I'll show you how a real trainer fights." Information about their relationship is not limited to what Agatha says, however. In Fire Red and Leaf Green, the Fame Checker item also reveals a bit more. If you find the Pokemon Journal in the Pokemon Center on 7 Island, the Fame Checker will say the following. In her youth, Agatha and Professor Oak were rivals who vied for supremacy as trainers. In Pokemon Masters, there's also a sync pair story called A Day with Agatha, in which she explains how her and Oak met. Apparently, Oak was always friendly to her, but this kind of annoyed her since she preferred to be alone. Agatha would apparently always battle him to make him go away, but he was stronger than her, so she would try again and again. And eventually, this made her appreciate the time that they spent together. However, Oak of course came up with the idea to invent the Pokedex and quit battling, so this is why Agatha feels betrayed by him. Looking at how strong Agatha is, and the fact that the Fame Checker says that the two of them used to vie for supremacy as trainers, which is defined as the state of being superior to all others, I for one interpret this as them having competed for the championship at one point, which would explain Agatha's high status in the Elite Four. This idea is actually supported by the Pokemon Adventures manga rendition of the story too, but this is of course speculation. Given all of these factors, we know we're dealing with a terrifyingly powerful trainer. But how strong is she really? It's time to construct Elite Four Agatha's best possible team by looking at all of her appearances in the main series games. It's time to find out her true power. The first time we meet Agatha is in the first Pokemon games ever, Pokemon Red and Blue, where she serves as the third Elite Four member that we face. After facing Lorelei and Bruno, our Pokemon are bound to be exhausted, and believe me, Agatha is a tough enough trainer to defeat without these consecutive battles. In our battle with Agatha, she begins with a level 56 Gengar, followed by a level 56 Golbat, a level 55 Haunter, a level 58 Arbok, and finally a second Gengar, but this one at level 60. Between her attempts to put our Pokemon to sleep and confuse them, her Pokemon's high levels, and the tough ghost typing, this team is extremely difficult to take down and often serves as a roadblock in trainers' Elite Four challenges. Agatha is also battled in the third version Generation 1 game Pokemon Yellow, in which she has the same 5 Pokemon at the same levels but with updated movesets, including her first Gengar now having Mega Drain to oppose super effective ground types, her Golbat having Toxic to wear down opponents, and her second Gengar having Psychic as a way to counter opposing fighting and poison types. Within the main series, Agatha is next found in the Red and Blue remakes, Fire Red and Leaf Green, where unlike the originals, we can actually have 2 separate matches with her. The first is similar to our Pokemon League encounter with her in the originals, in which she has the same 5 Pokemon but all 2 levels lower. To balance this out though, her Pokemon's movesets are super improved, including Shadow Ball and Sludge Bomb on her Gengar, Air Cutter, Bite, and Poison Fang on her Golbat, and Sludge Bomb and Iron Tail on Arbok, among many other things. Her Gengar also holds a Citrus Berry item now for recovery, in a sense making it more bulky. However, Fire Red and Leaf Green also give us the opportunity to rematch the Elite Four, in which the members have become far more powerful, including Agatha, and she now has 2 new additions to her collection. In this rematch, she starts off with her now level 66 Gengar, followed by her now fully evolved Crobat at level 66, a brand new Mischievous at level 65, her Arbok now at level 68, and her Gengar now at a whopping level 70. This is the point where we start seeing what she's really capable of and the depth of her Pokemon variety. The final game we can find Agatha in is in the Pokemon Yellow remakes Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Like Fire Red and Leaf Green, this game gives us 2 chances to battle Agatha. In the first one, she actually has a brand new Pokemon that we haven't seen before. She starts out with her Arbok, Gengar, and Golbat at level 53, a brand new Wheezing at level 53, and her second Gengar at level 54. In our Let's Go rematch with Agatha, she's got a team that is more comparable to her other rematch and that has yet another new team member. She starts out with her Arbok at level 63, a brand new Alolan Marowak at level 63, showing us, like the other Elite Four members, that she might have traveled to Alola to train at some point, her Golbat, Gengar, and Wheezing all at level 63, and her final Gengar at level 64. Using all of her appearances in the main series Pokemon games, let's construct Agatha's best possible team. The first pick is going to go to her signature Pokemon, her Gengar, which is at its strongest in the Fire Red and Leaf Green rematch team, in which it's at level 70, making it her highest level Pokemon. However, in Pokemon Masters, which expands upon the main series lore, Agatha is shown to have access to the Gengarite Mega Stone, making it a Mega Gengar. Since she's such a powerful trainer, has trained her Gengar all the way to level 70 and has a strong bond with it, and we know that she has traveled to other regions, I have no doubt that this is actually the case in the main series lore. In the full National Pokedex Gen 7 metagame, Mega Gengar is currently in the Uber tier in competitive battling, the highest tier aside from the tier that just consists of Mega Rayquaza. Although its defenses are just okay, it has incredible speed, insane special attack, and solid offensive stab coverage, making it an amazing special sweeper. With moves that Agatha has on it like Stab Shadow Ball, Stab Sludge Bomb, Dazzling Gleam, Thunderbolt, Psychic, Hypnosis to put the opponent to sleep, Will-O-Wisp to burn them, and the possibility of Dark Pulse through Level Up, and Focus Blast and Sludge Wave through TR, this thing is an offensive monster with insane coverage that is sure to put anyone opposing Agatha on the defensive. For the second pick, we have a little bit of a dilemma since Agatha does have a second Gengar at level 66 that I think would definitely deserve to be on her absolute best team. However, Species Clause is a thing in official battles, so we'll say that on her raw head-to-head best team, her Gengar would be put here, but we'll put it in as an alternate for official battles. In which case, the second spot would go to none other than her Alolan Marowak from her Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee rematch battle, in which it's at level 63. On the face of it, Alolan Marowak's base stats don't look that impressive aside from its defense and its decent attack and special defense. However, it does have a few tricks up its sleeve. First, its typing is great offensively. Second, it has the Rock Head ability which allows it to take 0 damage from recoil moves. Third, if it holds the Thick Club item, its base attack power is doubled, meaning it gets a mind-blowing 160 attack stat. We don't know if Agatha has this item since items weren't a thing in Let's Go, but she definitely could have it since both Cubones from Kanto and Alola have a chance to hold it, and I wouldn't doubt as powerful as she is, she'd find a way to obtain it. With moves that she has on it like Stab Flare Blitz with no recoil damage thanks to Rock Head, along with Bonemerang and Rock Slide for coverage and the potential to have Shadow Bone from Level Up, and Earthquake and Swords Dance via TM, Alolan Marowak is a beastly physically offensive and fairly bulky threat that helps to balance Agatha's good specially offensive power. The third spot is going to go to Agatha's Crobat from her Fire Red and Leaf Green rematch battle, in which it's at level 66. Crobat is currently in the upper UU tier in competitive battling and is a wickedly fast Pokemon. If you include Ubers, alternate forms, and Mega Evolutions, Crobat is still the 17th fastest Pokemon out of nearly 1,000, and also has a pretty decent attack stat to go along with it. With moves that Agatha has on it like Stab Wing Attack, Stab Cross Poison through Level Up, Stab Poison Fang, Crunch for coverage, and Toxic for utility, along with the potential for Roost via TM for recovery and U-turn for pivoting capabilities, Crobat has so many different roles it can play from utility to defensive to hyperspeed offense, etc., and will definitely serve as a nuisance if not a big threat for the opposing team. The fourth spot is going to go to Agatha's Wheezing from her Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee rematch battle, in which it's at level 63. Wheezing is currently in the NU tier in competitive battling, but provides a great physically defensive presence to this team with a massive 120 defense stat and also the Levitate ability, to not only avoid more ground weakness, but also to serve as a great switch-in to any predicted ground moves for switch momentum. With moves that Agatha has on it like Stab Sludge Bomb, along with Fire Blast, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt for coverage, and the potential for Explosion and Destiny Bomb through Level Up, and Will-O-Wisp through TM to burn the opponent not only for residual damage, but also to lower their attack when they're likely already struggling with Wheezing's defense. Wheezing can definitely serve as a wall to prevent the opposing team from gaining momentum in the first place, or stop it if it does. The second last pick for Agatha's best team is going to go to her Mischievous from her Fire Red and Leaf Green Rematch team, in which it's at level 65. However, in the Pokemon timeline, we last saw this thing somewhere around 11 to 13 years ago before its evolution was discovered, so I have no doubt that as much as she seeks power, Agatha would have jumped on the opportunity to evolve it into a Mismagius since then. Mismagius is currently in the NU tier and has excellent special attack, special defense, and speed. Mismagius has a similar function to Gengar as a special sweeper with great coverage moves that Agatha has on it like Stab Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, and Psychic, but Mismagius also has the added bonus of retaining its Levitate ability unlike Gengar, which helps out a lot with this team since half of it is weak to ground. And the final pick for Agatha's best team is going to go to her Arbok from her Fire Red and Leaf Green Rematch team, in which it's at level 68, making it her second highest level Pokemon. Arbok is currently untiered in competitive battling, but could definitely help out on this team with its physically offensive presence and its Intimidate ability to lower the opponent's attack. With moves that Agatha has on it like Stab Poison Jab, Crunch, Earthquake, and Iron Tail for coverage, and Glare with 100% accuracy to paralyze and cripple the opponent's Pokemon, Arbok could find great use on this team despite not being the best standalone Pokemon. The honorable mentions for Agatha of course include her second Gengar at level 66, which would definitely be put onto this team perhaps in place of Mismagius or Arbok if official rules allowed it. She also has another level 55 Haunter which, if evolved, could possibly be a contender, or if she had an Eviolite, it could be interesting, but its level is significantly lower from the rest of her Pokemon, so it's not quite best team worthy. Well, there we go everyone, we have discovered Agatha's true power and unveiled her strongest possible team in the main series games. If you enjoyed this video and are looking forward to more from this series, please be sure to leave a like, share it on social media, and subscribe with notifications on by hitting that bell icon if you haven't already. Don't forget to comment down below with what trainer you wish to see featured next. The comment with the most likes will pick the trainer for the next week's episode and will be featured on screen. Before we go, I'd just like to give a quick shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you enjoy my content and would love to support the channel and get some cool perks, the link to my Patreon page will be in the description below. This has been Still Spectre, and I'll see you guys next time for some more True Power.